Have you ever wondered what the first music created by humans sounded like? Thousands of years ago, before smartphones, streaming platforms, and modern concerts existed, a human being created a sound that carried emotion. Maybe it was a simple rhythm made with hands. Maybe it was a melody played on a handmade instrument. Maybe it was a voice singing a story under the open sky. That small moment changed human history forever. Because music is not just a collection of sounds. Music is memory. Music is emotion. Music is a language that can be understood even without words. A song can make us remember a special moment. A melody can bring happiness, sadness, hope, or comfort. Music connects people across countries, cultures, and generations. But how did music travel from ancient civilizations to the songs we listen to today? How did simple drums and flutes become giant orchestras, electric guitars, and digital sounds? How did humans transform basic rhythms into one of the greatest forms of creativity? Before we continue, if you enjoy learning about history, culture, and amazing stories like this one, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and turn on the notification bell. It really helps us bring you more fascinating journeys through time. Now, let's begin. Today, we are going to explore the incredible evolution of music from around 2100 BC to 2023 AD. This is the story of how music changed with humanity itself. Ancient music, the beginning of human expression, 2100 BC to 500 AD. The story of music begins thousands of years ago with ancient civilizations. Long before modern technology existed, humans discovered that sound could express feelings and ideas. The civilizations of Mesopotamia, Egypt, Greece, and Rome used music in many parts of life. Music was performed during religious ceremonies, royal events, celebrations, and social gatherings. Ancient people created instruments from natural materials around them. They used animal skins to make drums, wood and bones to create flutes, and strings to build early versions of harps and lyres. Imagine living in the ancient world. There are no recordings, there are no speakers, there are no headphones. The only way to experience music is through another human being. Music was a direct connection between people. In ancient Egypt, music was considered extremely important. It was used in temples, festivals, and royal ceremonies. Egyptians believed that music could create harmony between humans and the spiritual world. Musicians were respected, and instruments such as harps, flutes, and percussion instruments became important parts of Egyptian culture. Ancient Greece also made major contributions to music history. Greek philosophers believed music was connected to human emotions, education, and character. They studied rhythm, melody, and harmony, and developed ideas that influenced future generations of musicians. For ancient people, music was more than entertainment. It was a way to tell stories. It was a way to celebrate life. It was a way to preserve culture. Music became one of humanity's oldest forms of communication. Medieval music, the age of faith and storytelling, 500 to 1400 AD. After the ancient world, music entered the medieval period. During this time, religion played a major role in society, and much of the music was connected with churches. One of the most famous forms of medieval music was Gregorian chant. These were peaceful religious melodies performed mainly by monks. Gregorian chants were simple but powerful. They focused on creating a spiritual atmosphere rather than entertainment. The voices of singers filled churches with deep emotion and reflection. However, music was not limited to religious places. Outside churches, traveling musicians called troubadours and minstrels brought music to ordinary people. They traveled from town to town, performing songs about love, heroes, battles, and daily life. They were the storytellers of their generation. Through their songs, people learned about history, legends, and important events. One of the greatest developments during the medieval period was musical notation.
Before this, music was mainly passed from one person to another by memory, but when people developed better systems for writing music, melodies could be recorded and preserved. This changed the future of music forever. Music could now travel through time.
Renaissance music, the rebirth of creativity, 1400 to 1600 AD. The Renaissance period was a time of discovery, art, and new ideas. The word Renaissance means rebirth, and music experienced a major transformation during this era. Musicians began focusing more on human emotions and creativity. Music became more expressive, balanced, and beautiful. Composers created complex melodies and experimented with harmony. Unlike the medieval period, where religious music dominated, Renaissance musicians explored many different subjects. They created religious works, love songs, and music for entertainment. One of the biggest changes during this period was the invention of the printing press. For the first time, music could be printed and shared widely. A composer's work could reach people in different countries. Music was no longer limited to one location. It became a growing international language. The Renaissance helped establish many ideas that would shape the future of Western music. Baroque music, emotion, drama, and innovation, 1600 to 1750 AD. After the Renaissance came the Baroque period. This era brought dramatic changes to music. Baroque music was full of emotion, energy, and creativity. Composers wanted listeners to experience strong feelings through sound. One of the greatest achievements of this period was the development of opera. Opera combined music, singing, acting, and storytelling into one powerful art form. For the first time, music became a complete dramatic experience. Instrumental music also developed rapidly. Orchestras became more organized, and composers explored the abilities of different instruments. One of the most influential composers of this era was Johann Sebastian Bach. His music showed incredible complexity, intelligence, and emotion. Another famous composer was Antonio Vivaldi, whose masterpiece, The Four Seasons, remains popular around the world. The Baroque period proved that instruments could communicate feelings just like human voices. Classical music, balance and beauty, 1750 to 1820 AD. The classical period introduced a new style of music. Instead of the complex and dramatic style of Baroque music, composers focused on balance, clarity, and structure. Music became more organized and elegant. During this era, important musical forms such as the symphony and sonata developed. Public concerts became more common, allowing more people to enjoy music. 3 composers became especially famous during this period. Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart created some of the most beautiful melodies in music history. Joseph Haydn helped develop the modern symphony. Ludwig van Beethoven transformed classical music by adding stronger emotions and personal expression. Beethoven showed that music could communicate deep human experiences. It could express struggle, passion, and hope. Romantic music, the power of emotion, 1820 to 1900 AD. The Romantic period changed music once again. This era focused on feelings, imagination, and personal expression. Romantic composers wanted music to tell powerful stories. They explored emotions such as love, sadness, excitement, mystery, and dreams. Orchestras became larger, and compositions became more dramatic. Famous composers such as Franz Schubert, Frédéric Chopin, Johannes Brahms, and Pyotr Tchaikovsky created emotional masterpieces. Their music showed that art does not only come from rules, it comes from the human heart. Romantic music reminded people that emotions are one of the strongest forces behind creativity. Modernism in popular music, the sound of a changing world in 1900 to 2026 AD. The 20th century brought the biggest transformation in music history. Technology completely changed how people created and experienced music. Recording technology allowed performances to be saved and shared. People no longer needed to attend live concerts to enjoy music. New musical styles began appearing. Jazz introduced improvisation and new approaches to rhythm. Blues expressed deep emotions and influenced many future genres. Rock music changed youth culture around the world. Pop music became one of the most popular forms of entertainment. Hip-hop gave people a powerful way to express stories, experiences, and social messages. Electronic music used technology to create completely new sounds. Then came the digital revolution. The internet changed everything. Music could now be created, shared, and discovered instantly. A person sitting in a small room could create a song and share it with millions of listeners around the world. By 2026, music had become more diverse than ever before. Artificial intelligence, immersive audio, virtual concerts, and independent digital creators continue to reshape how music is created, shared, and experienced. People can now collaborate across continents in real time, while listeners enjoy music through streaming platforms, social media, and AI-powered recommendations. People can listen to ancient melodies, classical masterpieces, traditional music, and modern digital sounds anytime and anywhere. The endless journey of music. After thousands of years of evolution, one thing remains unchanged. Music still connects human beings. It still tells our stories. It still expresses feelings that words cannot fully explain. From ancient drums to digital beats, music represents the journey of humanity. Every generation adds something new. Every culture adds its own voice. Every musician adds a piece of themselves. So the next time you listen to your favorite song, remember something important. You are not just hearing music, you are hearing thousands of years of human imagination, creativity, and emotion. You are hearing a journey that started thousands of years ago and continues to grow every day. If you enjoyed this journey through the evolution of music, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications for more amazing stories about history, culture, and human creativity. Thank you for watching, and always remember, music changes with time, but its power to touch the human soul never disappears.